Hello and welcome back. Today's class will be an hour-long, 60-minute class of twists and bends and dips and flows with a few little upside downy things as well. Have your yoga strap, belt, scarf, anything you have at home handy and enjoy the class. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and most of all, just enjoy. Thank you. So we will make a start. So come to lying down, have your strap, block, everything you might need. And just come to lying down. Keep your knees bent, knees together, feet as wide as the mat, arms by your side, palms facing upwards. And just relax down. Push into your feet, lift your hips, and then carefully place your lower back, sacrum, buttocks down. Arch your back slightly, tuck your shoulder blades in and down underneath you, and then relax hips, relax shoulders. Close your eyes and just focus on breathing. Deep breath in and long, slow exhale through the nose, relaxing your shoulders. Inhale and exhale, relax your face. Deep inhale. And exhale. Morning and relaxing everything down. On your next inhale, engage Bandha. Draw that belly button up and in as arms lift up, fingertips up to the ceiling. Reach one arm as high as it will go, lifting the shoulder and place it down. Other arm, other shoulder lifting up and bringing it down. And then slowly lower your arms overhead behind you, palms facing up. Draw the shoulder blades in and down underneath you and bring your hands slightly wider than shoulder width. See if you can relax shoulders and arms, backs of hands down to the ground. Try not to arch your back. Keep pulling Uddiyana Bandha, belly button up and in here. And then really slowly bringing your hands back up, fingertips to the ceiling, and lower them out to the sides, T-shape. Separate your knees, make sure your feet are really wide on your mat, and then lower them slowly to one side, coming down as far as they'll go, and then pause. Relax the hips, relax shoulders, and let go of the back leg. Just let it sink down. Holding here. Engaging Bandha back up to center and lowering them the other way. And let the back knee just come to, it won't touch the ground probably, but just letting it come as far as it will go. Relaxing here. And then bringing the knees up. Heel toe feet together, knees and ankles together. Drop them to one side, stack knees and ankles, turn head in the opposite direction. And then push your top hip, lifting it up and forwards as far as it will go, getting that lovely stretch around your hips and lower back. Returning to center and lowering the other way. And again, the top hip kind of lifting it up, pushing it up. It should feel good for your lower back. And coming back to center. Inhaling your knees up to your 90-degree bend and just bring them slightly wider apart. So a clenched fist will fit between your knees. Holding here. And then extend one leg long, point the toes. Don't bring it high, keeping it reasonably low and coming in again. Other leg, point the toe, extending long, bringing it in. And then just moving one leg at a time. And the lower you bring your leg, the harder you're working your core, but also possibly stressing your lower back. So do be careful as you lower the leg. We're still warming up, so take it easy. But do try and relax the shoulders doing this. Make your core do the work. And then finishing on the opposite leg to where you started, bringing your arms up and overhead. Opposite arm and leg extending long
And try and get your leg as low as it will go to your hover and then bringing it in. Other side, opposite arm and leg, and then developing a flow here. You can move as fast or as slow as you like. See what feels good, but don't let your lower back arch. Pull that belly button up and in, moving smoothly. Nice. And again, finishing on the opposite side to where you started, pausing for a moment. You can do that a few more times, or if you want to challenge yourself a bit more, lifting head and shoulders off the mat. Opposite arm and leg extending. I don't know, like 2, 3 times on either side. Easing it out here, still waking up. And again, we're going to finish on the opposite leg to where you started. Bring head and shoulders down, hug the knees in, and take a little rock from side to side, massaging your lower back. And then coming to a still pose. Flex your toes in towards you. Reach between legs, grab those big toes, and happy baby knees to armpits. And again, just a little gentle rock from side to side. Push the heels up, pull those toes down. Enjoying a little back massage here. And then coming to your still pose. Move your hands so your hands are inside edges of your feet, grabbing the big toes, and then drawing the legs to a wide straddle. If your shoulders have lifted like mine, draw them back down to the mat. Push the heels up and hold here. Let gravity do its thing. A nice stretch for your hamstrings. Push those heels up, pull the shoulders down. And then release the feet, bringing arms to the mat. Using your core, slowly bringing your feet up together to the center. Engage your belly, imprint lower back. Flex the feet, lowering one leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, coming to a hover. Inhale just to slowly back up. Control the movements. And then coming to the other leg, lowering for 10, 9, 8. Keep the feet flexed. 5, 4, 3. Coming to your hover, pause, and back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop your hands underneath your butt cheeks, palms down, both legs. Really slowly for 10, 9. Flex those feet. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hover. Pull the toes tightly in as you slowly come up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wrap your arms behind your thighs, grabbing hold of your opposite elbows with your hands. Really pull them down. Little rock from side to side. And then rocking up and down your spine a few times and coming up to your comfortable cross-legged seat pose. Hands just resting on your knees. Push down into your sits bones. Draw belly button up and in. Shoulders coming forwards and up, back and down. Keep them down. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Nice. Holding here for just a moment. Really pulling your belly button up and in. Inhale, looking up. And as you exhale, just hinging forwards about halfway. Draw chin to chest. Inhale, coming up, maybe leaning back a bit, holding on to knees, look up to the ceiling. And exhale, folding forwards, chin to chest. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Maybe squeeze your shoulder blades gently behind you as you come down. Inhaling up, pause here, looking up to the ceiling. And then gently coming back to neutral, reaching your arms out wide, spread those fingers super wide. Slowly bringing the arms together, interlace fingers, push palms. Oh, my fingers click every time. Inhale, lifting up, pull the tops of the shoulders down. And then a little fold one way, back to center, and the other way. Back to center. Now left hand takes right wrist, pulling up and over and pause. Turn your head, look underneath the arm. Inhaling up, other side, pulling the arm, look underneath the arm. Coming back up, releasing, bringing your hands behind you, fingers facing forwards. First, lean back, squeeze shoulders together, staying here or lifting hips coming up. Push your hips up, push your chest up. Squeeze those shoulder blades together behind you. And then carefully releasing yourself down. Left hand, right knee, right hand behind. Inhale, length, and exhale, twist. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, maybe turning a fraction more. Holding here. And then keeping your hands where they are, turn your head on your neck. Look over your left shoulder. Holding here. And then releasing your hand behind you, coming up and over. Turn head, look under the arm as you reach your right arm over your head. Holding here. Inhaling up, coming to the other side. Nice. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, turn. Draw belly button up and in as you inhale. Exhale, squeezing that shoulder blade behind you, holding here. Breathe. Deep, slow, even breaths. And then just turning your head to look over the right shoulder. Releasing your hand behind you, coming up and over, looking underneath your arm, holding here. Inhaling yourself up and then bringing your arms out to shoulder height. Turn the palms behind you, bringing your palms together, interlace fingers, squeeze as you inhale, looking up, and exhale, hinging forwards, arms coming up and over, maybe forehead to the mat. Inhale up, looking up, and exhale, fold forwards, maybe arms coming up higher. Inhaling up, one more time, coming forwards as you fold. Really bring those hands up as high as your shoulders will allow. Pausing here. And then slowly, slowly coming up, releasing your arms in front of you. Right arm over left, coming to our eagle arms, holding however you can. I envy you. You can hold your thumbs. My hands won't do that. I don't know why. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, draw elbows to belly, chin to chest as you fold forwards. Inhale, elbows to the ceiling. And exhale, folding forwards. Inhale. And exhale. Releasing the bind, bringing your arms out to the side. Draw shoulders and arms forward and up. Back and down. And then coming forwards, left arm over right to the other side. Inhale, up. And exhale, lower. Inhale and exhale. In and folding forwards. Coming up, releasing your arms out wide, shoulders forward and up, back and down. And then bring your fingertips behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Push into fingertips, looking up, arching your back, holding here, lifting your chest. And releasing it down, rolling over your knees or feet to the side as we come to all fours. Just a few rounds of your cat-cow. Dip the belly, lift tailbone, rotate elbow creases forward. Inhale, arching up, pull that belly button up and in. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and pause here. Slowly drop your hips down to your heels. Lower your forearms like train tracks, parallel lines. Spread your fingers wide. Nose somewhere near the mat as you slowly come forwards. When your nose is between your thumbs, push into hands. We're in our cow. Inhale. And coming forwards. Arching up and lowering on the inhale and exhale, rolling that imaginary ping pong ball forwards. to your cow. Inhaling, arching and lowering, and exhaling, coming forwards and coming to a neutral spine. Bring your knees as wide as the mat, big toes touch. Lower yourself down, take a moment in child pose, forearms, elbows, forehead to the mat. Sinking your tailbone, relaxing your shoulders. And then lifting your head and elbows, tuck toes, and coming up to our first down dog. Push one heel to the mat, bend opposite knee, pause here. And changing sides. Really give those legs a good stretch here. And then moving from one side to the other. Easing things out. And then coming to your still pose. Check your hands. Are they shoulder width? Are fingers spread wide? Push into the hands, chest towards thighs. Give your head a nod, a shake here. And then walk hands back towards your feet at the back of your mat. Coming to your Utkatasana, deep forward fold. Your drishti is between your knees. Legs as straight as you can get them. And then bring your hands to your hips, tuck chin to chest. Micro bend knees as you super slowly start to unroll. Vertebra at a time as you come up. Once you start to lift head, arms reach out. Reach up, looking up. And hands coming to heart center. Release your arms by your side. Pull shoulders down. Give your head a little waggle, lengthening your neck. Pull belly button up and in. Strong core as arms reach out. Palms facing. Look up, maybe a little back bend here. And then just as slowly, arms come down to your sides, chin to chest. Roll your shoulders forward as you start to roll down, arms dangling. Micro bend your knees as much as you need. Hands come to the mat. Walk hands out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take your plank. Pausing in plank. First time, knees, chest and chin. Slide to your baby cobra, point toes. Push into hands to your knees. Tap your bottom to your heels, forehead to the mat. Holding here. And then tucking toes, we're up in our downward facing dog. Walk hands back, 1, 2, 3, 4, chin to chest. Keep a mini bend in your knees as you slowly roll up. And then arms coming in front of you, palms facing, gaze follows the hands up. And coming back down to sides, chin to chest. Rolling down super slowly, controlling the movement. Hands to the mat, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, elbows hugging into your rib cage. Cobra or up dog. And over your knees or over your toes to downward dog. Hands walk back towards you. Chin to chest, micro bend knees, palms are facing as you slowly roll up. Arms out and up. And hands coming to heart center. Pausing for a moment in mountain pose. Lift your toes, close your eyes. Find your balance here. Spread your toes really wide. Put just the big toe down. Keep the other toes lifted. Hold. Don't open your eyes. If you're wobbling a bit, that's fine. Ground down through your feet. Lift big toes. Put just the pinky toe, the baby toe down. Holding here. Other toes lifting and spreading. And then lift all of the toes. Place the big toes down and then try and put the other toes down one at a time. Quite hard, but give it a go. And then spread them wide on the mat, holding here. Opening your eyes, bringing your arms out and up, looking up. And then swan dive, hands either side of your feet. Chin to chest, looking back between your knees. Halfway lift as you inhale, pull shoulders away from ears. Hands to the mat, walk it out, back to your plank, hold plank. Walk your toes in, push your heels away, holding here. And then left hand under left shoulder, and you're going to roll onto your left foot, right arm lifting, taking your side plank. You can stay here, or you can bring your right foot to your tree pose. You choose, holding here. You can bring your right hand up and over, bicep to the ear, if that feels good, holding here. Very nice. And then slowly taking your plank, pausing for a moment, coming to the other side. Left arm lifting, holding here. Get those hips nice and high. You can bring left foot to your calf or thigh for your tree pose. You can bring left arm up and over, bicep to ear. But keep those hips lifted, holding here. And then taking your plank. Knees, chest and chin, bottom sticking up, crocodile. Really lift your butt cheeks up here. And then sliding through to baby cobra pause. Lift your hands, support your back bend. Hold and breathe. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then hands to the mat, tuck toes. Lifting up, downward facing dog. Give the knees one last pedal here. And then look at your hands. We're going to jump into our squat pose. So bend the knees, belly to your thighs, looking towards your hands. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, jumping forwards and coming to a squat pose. Really nice. Bring those knees as wide as you can get them. Hands at heart center. Close your eyes. Let your hips just sink down here. And in a moment, we're going to come back to what we're working on, which is shooting straight up without using hands. So give it a try. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, coming up, arms up, looking up, and releasing them out. And then just rolling your shoulders forwards and up, back and down. Few nice shoulder rolls. Changing direction, back and up, forwards and down. Really nice. Feels good, right? And then coming to a still pose, arms just by your side. Left arm reaching out and up, and take a little side bend. I hit my light every single time. Pull belly up and into, windmill the arms to the other side. Lifting and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time on this side. And then coming to a still pose. Bring your hands to your hips. Draw the elbows back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Imagine that pencil on the top part of your spine, and you're wrapping your shoulder blades around it. Should be the sensation you're feeling. Now, micro bend your kneecaps. Hinging forwards, we're going to come to a flat back. So coming to your 90-degree bend, neck is long, you're looking straight down. Squeeze those elbows and shoulder blades together. Push into feet, coming up. Arms reaching out. Pull that belly button up and in. Hinging forwards, flat back. Don't spill your coffee that's on the back of your hands. Hold. Inhaling up, and then arms behind you. Really squeeze those shoulder blades together. Get those arms as straight as you can. Inhale, looking up. Micro bend in the knees as you come all the way down, arms coming up and over behind you. Holding here. And then release your hands underneath you. Grab your big toes, wrap your fingers around your big toes. Straighten arms and legs and spine. And then pulling your elbows wide, can you bring your belly, chest and nose closer to your thighs and knees? Give your head a nod, a shake, holding here. And then releasing your big toes, slowly rolling up one vertebra at a time. Chin to chest, then arms reaching out. Reaching up and to heart center. So we're going to do a few rounds of Surya Namaskar A. So sun salutations with a few nice little balancy things thrown in. We won't go too fast. It is hot. So take your time, have a rest in child pose if you need it. Big toes together, heels apart, arms by your side. That little pelvic tilt here, pull belly up and in. Inhaling, out and up, looking up. And then slowly swan diving, hands either side of feet. Halfway lift on the inhale. We're quite warmed up, so you can either step or jump back to your plank. Hold plank. Walk toes in. Rotate elbow creases forward, clamping biceps against either side of your chest. Slowly lowering in your chaturanga. Hover in your chaturanga. And then inhaling up dog. Exhale, down dog. Again, a little pedal here if it feels nice. And then push your chest to your thighs as right leg lifts up high. Holding here. Bend right knee, rotate hip open. Look under that right arm. You can stay here or bring left heel and right foot to the mat in your wild thing. Lift chest and hips to the ceiling. Breathe here. And flipping back up. Whoa, she says. Taking your three-legged dog, holding here. Shift weight forwards, right knee behind right elbow, and pause. Inhale, three-legged dog. Right knee to left elbow in your twist and pause. Hold here. And then extend your right leg long, left leg long, coming to both heels. Lift left arm up to the ceiling. Hold. And coming back, three-legged dog. Sweep your knee behind your right wrist, lowering the left leg, coming to fingertips, maybe arching back, looking up. And then bringing elbows wide, either using a block for your forehead or make a pillow with your hands. Relaxing down here. Lifting forehead, hands shoulder width, right leg lifting up high, three-legged dog, and release it down. Give those legs a pedal before we do all that on the other side. Left leg up high, really reaching it up. Bend knee, rotate hip, look under left arm. Stay here or coming over to your wild thing. Really push the hips and chest up to the ceiling. Let that left arm just kind of dangle there. Holding here. And then coming back up to your three-legged dog. Coming forwards, left knee, left elbow, and pause. Point the toes like graceful ballerinas. Inhaling, lifting up. Coming to your twist, left knee, right elbow, and hold. Extend the leg long. Coming to your heels, right arm lifting up, holding here. Very nice. Not an easy one. And then coming back up to your three-legged dog. Shifting forwards, left knee behind left elbow. Right leg slides away, point the toes. Coming to your fingertips, maybe arching up, looking up. And then slowly bringing yourself down, making a pillow with your hands. Rest forehead and just breathe here. Make sure your hips are level. Maybe trying to bring your left toes further forwards. Mine always ping back. And just relax the shoulders. And then lifting your head. Hands shoulder width, tuck right toes. Left leg lifting up. And then bringing it down. Coming back to your downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up high. Looking forward, step, or if it won't go all the way by itself, grab behind the heel, moving it forwards. Lower left knee, and just come to a little lunge, holding here. Sink those hips as low as they'll go. Hold, breathe. And then walking hands back, bringing yourself back, lift right toes, flex the foot towards you. Nice. Walking forwards, sinking possibly a little deeper. And coming back. And you can stay doing this, going backwards and forwards, or you know what's coming next, right? Or you bring your hands onto blocks either side of you, grab those blocks and use your blocks, or just your fingertips, and then sliding your legs away from you, coming down to your Hanumanasana. Nice. Don't go too deep because it might be uncomfortable, but pulling your toes towards you, possibly on your front leg, and just letting yourself sink down. Let gravity do its thing. Close your eyes maybe. Holding here. And then slowly sliding the front foot back, bringing your knees to the floor. Just drop for a moment in child pose, forehead to the mat, hips to heels. Breathing here. And then reaching your arms long, tucking toes, back to our downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Looking forward, stepping, sweeping, or moving it between your hands, and right knee lowers, flatten right foot. Sinking forwards into a lunge, stretch out the front of the right hip. And then slowly coming back, lift left toes, maybe nose towards the knee. Coming forwards, sinking forwards, and coming back. And staying with this movement, really stretching out your hamstrings. Or, if you feel ready for it, hands on blocks or fingertips to the mat as you slide your legs long. Very nice. Pulling those toes towards you maybe, or pointing them if it's more comfortable. See how it feels on this side. Allowing your muscles just to gently stretch here. Taking a child pose if it all gets too much for you. Otherwise, just holding, breathing here just for a few more breaths. And then slowly sliding leg back, knees to the mat. Again, child's pose. Bring your arms down so fingertips are by your toes. Relax the tops of the shoulders. Holding here. And then arms reaching long again, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Look towards your hands, steps, sweep, or jump your feet up between your hands, coming to your fold. Inhale, reversing swan dive. Arms reaching up and hands to heart center. Beautiful. Inhaling and exhale, swan dive, hands to the mat. Halfway lift as you inhale, exhale, fold, step, or jump back to your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Pause in up dog or cobra. Look over one shoulder, over the other shoulder. And then over your knees or toes to downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Stepping between your hands, coming up, warrior two. Thinking about your tightrope. Front foot heel intersecting the back foot. Back foot heels slightly further back than toes. Shoulders over hips. Now it helps to kind of squeeze the kneecaps and draw the flesh on the front of your thighs up. Pull that belly button up and in as arms reach out. And then bending and straightening a couple of times. Sinking into your beautiful warrior twos. Fantastic. Now have a look at your back arm. Is it the same height as your front? Can you reach your arms longer? Can you spread your fingers wider? Can you bend that front knee a tiny bit more, coming to your something like a 90-degree bend, but make sure the knee isn't in front of the ankle. Look towards your right middle finger and hold. Draw the tops of the shoulders down. And then turning your front hand, slowly reverse your warrior. Reaching up, looking up perhaps, holding here. Try and get that left leg as straight as you can as you slowly come back to your warrior. Forearm to thigh, left arm lifts, option one. Option two, you grab your block, you bring your hand to a block or to the mat. If you can reach the mat, turn left palm to face backwards, bring arm behind you. That's it. Nice, really nice. And taking a bind, only if it feels good. Stay with what feels nice for your body today. Breathing here.
And then releasing the hands if you're in a bind, coming up via the stages, and then straighten that right leg. Preparing for Trikonasana, reaching as you come down. Triangle, 6 o'clock arms. Look at those amazing triangles, fantastic. Now draw the left shoulder and the left hip back slightly. Imagine that wall behind you, you're trying to flatten yourself against it. Holding here. And then bring your left hand to your left hip. Micro bend the front knee. Coming up, getting ready for half moon. So you can grab your block if you know you need it, holding it in your hand so it's facing, pointing down towards you, either on the highest setting, medium setting, or flatter, or bringing your hands to the floor. You choose. Step forwards, put your weight on your right foot and look down to where your hand is going to land. Draw the left shoulder back slightly and then lifting that left foot. Pause for a moment and then slowly, slowly hinging, bringing the block or your fingers to the mat and then pause. Flex that left foot behind you. You can lift the left arm if that feels good and stay here. If you want to take it to its furthest point, imagine that ball underneath your eyes. Slowly watch it rolling along the floor away from you. Slowly turning your head, focusing on that ball, and then it's going to start to rise up into the air until finally you've turned your head and you're looking forwards. It's a tough one, I'm not going to lie. Holding here. Straightening that standing leg a tiny bit more perhaps. And then coming out of it, bend the standing leg, lifting up. And give those hips a little waggle, maybe a little bit of a bash. It's one of the hardest ones. I'm not crazy about it, but I know I have to do it. My ultimate nemesis is Warrior 3, which we're going to come to in a bit. So we'll just switch our legs, coming to Warrior 2, facing the other way. So left foot forwards. Get a nice long stride. Shoulders over hips, hands on hips to start. Releasing to shoulder height, draw the tops of the shoulders down, spread fingers wide, really long arms, and then look behind you. Is your back arm at the same height as your front? Gazing towards the middle finger, bending and straightening a few times, sinking forwards. Try not to lean your shoulders forward, shoulders stay over hips. Beautiful, really nice. Gaze towards that front middle finger. Fantastic warrior arms. Reach the arms long, spread the fingers wide. And then turning left palm, reversing your warrior. Up and over. Don't change the bend of the front knee. Nice arms, Anne. Love it. Holding here. And coming back. Left forearm to thigh, right arm lifts. Or hand to block or to the mat. And maybe taking your bind. Doesn't always work on both sides, so give it a go, see how it feels. Draw that right shoulder back if you are binding. Hold, breathe. And then releasing the bind, coming out through the stages, back to your Warrior 2, and straightening both legs. Getting ready for your Trikonasana. Grab your block if you know you're going to need it for your half moon. And then pivoting arms, taking your triangle, 6 o'clock arms. Draw the right shoulder back, the right hip back. Gazing is in front of you or maybe looking up to your hand. Fantastic. Hold, breathe. And then right hand to right hip as you come up, taking the block with you if you're going to use your block. Stepping your right foot in, shifting weight to your left foot. Look down to the mat as you start to hinge forwards, lifting that right leg. Block to the ground or fingers as you straighten your left leg. Right arm can lift up, fingers up to the ceiling or falling over like me. One side is always easier than the other. Finding your lovely half moons, shoulders and hips like they're pressing against an invisible wall. And then if you want to take it further, imagine that ball on the floor, slowly, slowly rolling away from you. Turning your head.
And then maybe watching it climb up into the air. None of this is compulsory. It's all optional. Hold, breathe, and then bending the standing leg, coming up. And again, it's got to be good for our hips, but it's hard on our hips, right? And then setting up again at the front of your mat. This time, feet together, knees together. Zip up your inner legs, palms facing forwards as shoulders roll forwards and up, back and down. Pull that belly button up and in. Draw your arms back, really squeezing them up towards the ceiling, and then coming forward to your chair pose. Check you can see your big toes. Sink those hips, reach those arms. Draw the tops of the shoulders away from the ears as you reach your arms longer. And then exhale as you come to your fold. Halfway lift as you inhale. And then exhale, jumping, stepping back to your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Meeting in down dog. Give those legs a nice pedal. And then push your chest to your thighs, holding here. 5 deep breaths here, or take a child pose. This is your rest. Whichever option you take, make sure you're taking nice, deep, slow, even breaths. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Tuck chin to chest as you slowly, slowly roll up. Arms reaching out and up. Hands to heart center. Couple of standing balances. So if you want to use your strap for our Ashtangi leg raise, feel free. So have it in your hand if you think you're going to use it. I'm definitely using it. So I'm going to put it under my left foot, and our right leg's going to be the standing leg. So right hand on right hip to start. And then bringing up the knee. And you can stay just hand on knee and just having a nice little hip opener here. If you want to take it further, extending the leg long, bringing it up as high as it can, right arm as a counterbalance as you lift out and up. I tried doing this on grass the other day and almost fell over. I know it's hard. I'm sorry. Holding here, breathing here. And then bending the knee, bringing it back. Let the strap drop down and take hold of the knee in your hand. So my least favorite pose, we're going to come to a warrior 3 from here. So pointing the toes, reaching the leg back, hands at heart center to the side or long in front of you, and coming out to, I have to hold on. I don't know why this pose just defeats me. Holding here, looking straight down to the ground, finding your balance. And slowly coming back up. Give the legs a little shake, getting ready for the other side. So if you're using the strap, grab the strap, grounding down through the left foot, hand on hip to start. Lifting the knee and either staying here with nice little hip openers here or extending long and coming out to the side. I'm going to stay here, I think, on this side. Holding here. Nice. Look at something on the floor in front of you that's not moving. Don't look at me, I wobble terribly. Holding here. Fantastic leg raise, Anne. And then slowly coming forwards, just dropping the strap, hold the knee, point the toe, and coming to our warrior 3s. Holding here, straightening that standing leg as much as you can. Finding your balance. And slowly coming up for our last standing balance, you'll be pleased to hear. Standing on the right leg, we're just going to take a tree and hold it for a few seconds. So, option 1. My 93-year-old yogi does this one, so we can all do this. Holding here, or foot to inner calf, or inner thigh. You choose where you want to be as hands come to heart center. Pull that belly button up and in. Draw the tops of the shoulders down as you grow maybe your branches. And hold.
Look at something on the floor that's not moving. And we're going to hold this for about 15 seconds. Just breathing. Another 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands to heart center, but keep the foot where it is. See if you can take hold of the foot and just cross it over your knee. Hands to heart center. Just a little sit down here. Lowering your hips as far as feels good for you. Just hold, breathe, and just slowly coming up. Release, giving everything a shake, and ready for the other side. Get that standing leg nice and firm and bring your foot to wherever it feels comfortable. Hands to heart center. Growing your branches. Draw the tops of the shoulders down. Nice. Again, for about 15 seconds here. Pull that belly button up and in. I love it when I see belly buttons actually moving. It's fantastic. Breathe. Another 3. Another 2. Another 1. Hands to heart center. Foot over the thigh. Slowly, slowly. Really move slowly. The slower you do this, the easier it becomes. Look at something on the floor that's not moving. And just slowly coming up out of it. And again, give everything a shake. Let's just have one last quick stretch here, coconut tree. So remember, feet together harder, feet separate, a little bit easier. Hands at heart center, interlace fingers, push those palms away. Inhaling, arms up, biceps to ears, pull the tops of the shoulders down, pulling belly button up and in, starting to lift onto tiptoes, coming up as high as you can. Really push palms away, coming up a bit higher perhaps. Holding, holding, another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Give your shoulders a few shragasanas. Squeeze your shoulders to your ears, let them drop, and then come to feet mat width. So we're going to come down to our squat pose, so be careful with knees, hands to heart center, and you might have to adjust your feet as you slowly come down. I always have to. And then coming down to your squat pose. If it is irritating your knees, you can always grab your block and just pop your bottom on your block just to take some of the weight. Otherwise, just staying here, hands at heart center, knees nice and wide. Close your eyes. And just let your hips sink down, your neck to lengthen a little bit, shoulders away from ears. And then bring your hands behind you and bring yourselves down. Nice wide straddle pose. Grab your strap. If you can't reach your toes, you'll need to use your strap to help you come down into. Otherwise, grabbing hold of right knee. Now, we did this, I think, in the last class, which is pulling yourself long, keeping the length as you draw your right rib cage down onto the thigh, and then lifting left arm up and over, and baby bicep to ear. And maybe hands meeting by the big toe, but keep the chest rotated. Keep drawing that left shoulder back, holding here. And then slowly coming up, bring right foot, left and right foot inside left thigh. Draw your torso to face that left foot and flex the toes in, makes it easier to catch them. Or pop your strap over your feet. Inhale, length into your spine. Bringing arms out and up if that feels good. And then slowly folding forwards, finding your foot perhaps. Drawing your belly, your chest over that left thigh, nose towards the knee. Relax the shoulders here. And then lifting your head, coming up, right hand behind you, left arm sweeping in front. Lift your chest and hips to the ceiling. And just hold here for a couple of breaths. Nice little back stretch here. And slowly bringing it down and extending right leg long. Reset your straddle. You can lift your hips, maybe moving the flesh a little bit. And then again, with the strap around the foot or reaching for the big toe. Draw yourself really nice and long as you pull your body up and over, and then right arm lifting up, maybe bicep to the ear, and maybe hands can meet. But keep the length in the right side body. Flex your right toes. Draw that right shoulder back. It's all about keeping your body as long as possible. And then just as slowly coming back up, bring the toe along with you. Strap around the foot if you need it. Draw yourself to face the foot as arms reach out and up. Pull those toes tightly in towards you as you fold forwards. Long spine as you drape belly and chest over the thigh, maybe nose towards knee. And then walking hands up your leg to bring yourself upright, left hand behind you, right arm sweeping out and up, holding here. And gently bringing yourself down. And then just bringing the soles of the feet together, either using the strap to bring the feet in or interlacing hands underneath, and just give your inner thighs a nice little butterfly wing stretch. Feels good. And then extend your legs long. So flexing the feet in, see if you can reach your toes. If you can't, using the strap. Maybe move the flesh away from your sits bones a bit so you're sitting up really nice and straight. Inhaling, arms out and up, keeping them shoulder width. Imagine I'm pulling you by the wrists. Keep the length in your spine as you slowly drape your belly and chest over thighs. Grabbing the toes and then slowly dropping chin to chest. Relax the tops of the shoulders. Lifting your head, walking hands up. Bring your hands either side of you, fingers facing forward. You can bend your knees and come to a reverse tabletop, or lifting up, reversing your plank. Very, very nice. Point those toes. Hips a bit higher. Hold for another 3, 2, 1, and lowering it down. Just give your legs a nice little bash. And then making sure you're sitting about halfway down your mat, hands behind thighs, shoulders forwards and up, back and down as feet lift. And you can stay holding onto your thighs and lifting one arm at a time, or coming straight to full pose, arms reaching up, knees pulling into the chest, holding here. Try and relax the tops of the shoulders hard. Try and pull the knees in closer. Hold, reach the arms longer. And then bring the knees wide as you grab your big toes, coming to our balancing bear. And you can just do one leg at a time or working on holding here. Fantastic, Becky. Amazing. Nice. Hold, maybe close your eyes. See what that feels like. Draw the tops of the shoulders down. And then bringing the legs together, opening your eyes, reaching arms, point toes, hold, and then bring yourself down. And you can hold behind your thighs or reach arms long to super slowly come down. Look at those amazing cores at work. Bring the knees into your chest, hold. And I've just remembered I forgot to do my little upside downy bit that I was going to do. Never mind, we'll do it next time. And just take a massage. And then bring your feet to the mat. Have them as close to your butt cheeks as possible and just tickle your heels with your fingertips. Arms just by your side as you slowly start to roll up your spine, coming to our bridge pose. Now, if you want to here, grab your yoga block. If you have one, you can pop it underneath your sacrum and be in a supported bridge. Feels really, really nice. Or you can bring your hands together underneath you, roll onto the outer edges of your upper arms
and lift the hips. Holding here. And if your hands are in a bind, release them, moving the block from underneath you and slowly rolling one vertebra at a time down onto the mat. T-shape your arms, bringing them nice and wide. Let the knees drop to one side, head turning the other way, and just let go. Really relax your legs, your hips. Shoulders sinking down. Close your eyes. You're not going to need them for the next few minutes. And just breathe here. Engaging your core to bring the knees to center. Lower them the other way. Head turns in opposite direction. And again, actively let go around the hips, the shoulders, the arms. Engage your core, bring the knees up. Now cross the right thigh tightly over the left thigh. And then the right leg is going to pull the left leg to the right hand side. And the weight of your leg is going to make sure you get a really nice thigh, hip, maybe into your waist, maybe up your rib cage stretch. And just let the legs melt down, actively letting go. Relax the shoulders. And then drawing that belly button up and in, coming back up, uncross thighs, left thigh over the right, squeeze them tightly together, and then both legs to the left, head to the right. And then let go. Feel that left leg stretching out the right thigh, hip, maybe into your glutes, depending on the angle. Waist, maybe the rib cage. And then slowly, slowly coming back up to center, uncross the legs. Draw the knees into the chest, giving them a nice squeeze. Flex your feet. Reach for the outer edges of the feet and bring knees to armpits. Happy baby. Push the heels to the ceiling. Give your upper and mid back a little massage. And then keeping hold of the feet, just let the feet drop a bit lower and get a nice massage on your sacrum, on your lower back. And then bring the soles of the feet together. Place them together, creating that kind of diamond shape. Bring arms through your legs. Take hold of the ankles, shins, or maybe the outer edges of your feet. Lift the legs up, lifting head and shoulders, shoulders behind your knees, and just take a little different view of the world from between your legs. And you might do a little a roll on your back here, if that feels nice. And then slowly release. Head and shoulders to the mat, feet to the mat, and choose your Shavasana legs. So you could have the soles of the feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana, knees dropping out, or knees together, feet wide, or feet to the corners of your mat. Whichever option, focus on relaxing every muscle in your feet, legs, hips, buttocks, waist, maybe tuck shoulder blades in a little bit underneath you. Relax the shoulders, the arms, face. Focus on your breath. Deep, slow, equal length breath. Relax the shoulders on every exhale. A bit of a short Shavasana today, but if you want to stay in Shavasana, just pause the video and take as long as you like. Otherwise, moving fingers and toes, rotating wrists and ankles, sliding the legs together, reaching arms up long overhead, taking a full body stretch. And then bringing the knees into the chest, give them a squeeze, a roll onto one side, and then bringing yourselves up to seated, using your hands, finding your comfortable cross-leg pose, hands to heart center. Close your eyes for just a moment, take a deep breath in. And out through the nose, relax the shoulders. Hands to the third eye, and namaste. Thank you for joining me.